The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Kanitha Silat. Chapter 18. How could you be so noble? There was something about Aunt Polly's manner when she kissed Tom that swept away his feeling of depression. He set off for school and had the luck to meet begging teacher. When he was happy, he could never be angry with anyone, and so he said, "Begging, I behaved very badly today, and I am sorry. Let us be friends." The girl stopped and looked him scornfully in the face. "Please don't speak to me, Mr. Thomas Sawyer." She held up her hand proudly and passed on. Tom was turned. He presently saw her in the schoolyard and made a stinging remark. She fired one in return and could hardly wait for school to begin. So important was she was Tom punished for the garment-sparing book. Poor girl, she did not know that she would soon be in trouble herself. The teacher, Mr. Dobbins, had researched middle-aged with an unsatisfied ambition. The goal of the research was to be a doctor, but fate had arranged that she should be nothing higher than a village schoolmaster. Every day he took a master's book out of his desk and studied it at time. Every pupil in the school was longing to have a look at it, but the chance never came. Now, as begging was passing by the desk which stood near the door, she noticed that the sky was in the dark. It was the precise moment she glanced round, found herself alone, and the next instant she had a book in her hands. She noted that it was Professor somebody's health and disease, and began to turn a page. At that moment a shadow began to fall on the page, and Tom Sawyer stepped in at the door, begging snatched at the book. Of course, it had the misfortune to tear a page. She thrust the book into the desk, turned the key, and burst out crying with shame. And anyone, yes. "Tom Sawyer, how could you be so horrid?" Keeping up to see what one's looking at. "How could I know that you were looking at anything? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I know that you are going to tell the teacher about me, and oh, what shall I do? I will be punished, and I have never been punished in school." And she rushed out of the classroom in a storm of tears. In a few moments, the teacher arrived, and lesson began. Soon a spelling book discovery was made. Begging thought for a moment of telling about Alfred Temple, but she forced herself to keep quiet because she said to herself, he will tell about me." Turning the book, I wouldn't say about words, not even to save his life. Tom took his punishment and went back to his seat. No, not an all broken heart, for he thought that he might have upset in ink on the spelling book himself. A whole hour passed by. Then Mr. Dobbins unlocked his desk. Alice, for his book, but seemed undecided whether to take it out or leave it. Most of the pupils glanced up all day, but there were two who watched his movement closely. Mr. Dobbins' fingers his book thoughtfully for a time, then took it out and settled himself in his chair to read. Tom glanced at Becky. The answer experience on her face made him forget his quarrel with her. Quick, something must be done. He would run and snatch the book, spring through the door and fly, but he sighed. His chain was lost. The teacher has opened the book. The next moment the face to school. His stern gaze made even the innocent tremble. There was a silence while one might count 10. Then he spoke. Who tore his book? There was not a sound. One could have heard a pin drop. The teacher searched face after face of sign of growth. Benjamin Rogers, did you tear this book? Adele, another pause. Joseph Harper, did you? Another denial. Tom's unanswered grow, and the teacher examined the rows of boys considered for a moment and then turned to the girl. Amy Lawrence, a shake of the head. Gracie Miller, the same size. Susan Harper, did you do this? Another negative. The next girl was begging treasure. Tom was trembling from head foot with excitement and a sense of hopelessness of the situation. Rebecca, teacher. Tom glanced at her face. It was white with terror. Did you tear? No. Look me in the face. Did you tear this book? A thought was lighting through Tom's brain. He sprang to his face and thought, I did it. I proposed start as turned and Tom's furnace. When he stepped forward to his punishment, the surprise, the gratitude, the worship that shone up him out of Becky's eyes seemed reward enough for 100 whipping. He took without a murmur and a most severe punishment that even Mr. Donkey has even given. Tom went to bed that night planning revenge against Alfred's temple, for Becky had told him all. But even the longing for revenge had to give way soon to pleasant thoughts, and he fell asleep at last with Becky with Tom still in his ear. Tom, how could you be so noble?